Hi, in the previous video we have talked about the conditional statement in Python, and in this video we will look into the loop statements. So consider a scenario where you have a use case where you need to print hello world 5 times. So what you'll do is you will copy paste it 5 times. Instead of doing that, what you can do is you can put into a loop. Loop means when you have a sequence of characters and you want to run it repeatedly until that condition is true. So in Python we have two statements for it, while and for. When we provide a loop, we have to provide a conditions like until when this loop should run. So what we can do is, first of all, let's convert this into while loop. So the syntax is while, condition and expression. So let's copy paste over here and okay. So here the expression is this one, hello world, and we can replace this expression with, right? So now what we need to do is we need to provide the condition. So before providing the conditions, there is three concepts in this. The first one is initialization. Consider you have a num is equal to 5 and you want to run it 5 times. So you will say while this number is greater than 0. This is called initialization. Let's write it down. This is called condition. Okay, and the next concept is updation. The concept of updation is something like if you will not change the condition or the value of initialized value, then this condition might be always true, and that will be causing your infinite loop conditions. Let's run this code before putting the updation statement. So here you can see that hello world is printing continuously. So to avoid this, we need the updation values. So update the value of this num by decrementing every time. And now just try to run this code. So now you will see that your code is executed 5 times. You can also put the conditional statement over here and all those concepts, whatever you want in the while loop as well. So here what you can do is to visualize more efficiently, let's put the debugger point over here on the while loop and see what actually happens. So press F5 to debug the code, Python file. So here you can see that we have a num value that is equal to 5. The next is it goes to next statement. So this condition is true. So it will go to inside the loop. So it will go and print out the value. Now the value of num is decreased by 1. So the value of num is now 4. So next time it goes print the value. The condition is true, prints the value. Now the value of num is 3. Again decrement it by 1. Now 2. So again it will go to, now the value of num is 0. So 0 is greater than 0? No. So that condition is false. So it will exit out of the loop. So to recap this, the while loop consists of 3 things. The first one is initialization. We provide the conditions with the while keyword and we update the value of the initialized variable inside the expressions section. Similarly, we have the for loop in Python. So the condition is very simple. For variable in iterable, provide the colon and put your expression in proper indentations. So what is iterable, iterator and all those we will learn in upcoming videos, but just understand that iterable is just an object in which you can iterate. Iterate means if they have multiple elements, you can return its member one by one, and that is the main use of the for loop. We have to print this number. Okay, so what we can do is for I in iterable and we have to do print variable. Now we have to define our iterable. In Python we have an inbuilt method called range which returns objects which is a sequence of integer where you have to define the start and the stop range. For example, if you define range 4, then it will produce 0, 1, 2, 3. We need to start it with 1, okay, and we need to go to 6. Now the concept is it will go to that sequence and it will get the value of its member one by one. So let's debug this code. So here the first time it goes, the value of variable is 1. So it goes and print out the value of variable. So the next time the value of variable is 2. Similarly, it will go and it will print out the result. You want to run this code into your interpreter. So we have debug console, and if you will say range 1:6, then you will find out here it is starting from 1, step 1, stop 6. Means it is returning a sequence of integer with starting as 1, stopping as 6, where 6 is exclusive and the step is 1. It means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will go and print out the values. So it is returning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So consider a scenario where you want to control the flow of loop. So we have 3 statements for this. The first one is continue, second is break, and third is pause. First thing is continue. So let's consider a scenario where you want to skip one condition. Let's say if the number is 4, do not print it. Okay, so you can simply say that if variable is equal to 4, continue. So continue returns the control to the beginning of the loop, or just try to run this code first. Okay, so you can see that 4 is not printed. Similarly, we have the break statement. So if variable is equal to 4, or let's say 5, break out of the loop. Do not do anything. Okay, so in this case it will go 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5 is not printed. Let's debug this code first to understand it more. So let's put one more statement over here. Let's say done. So here in the first case the value of variable is 1. It will go, the condition is false, so it will goes to again statement, the value is again false, so it will go and print out the value. So next time it will again control flows to the beginning of the loop. So the next time the variable is 2, again the condition is false and it will print out the value. Similarly for number 3, now condition is, now the value of variable is 4, so now it goes to continue statement. So continue statements, what it does, it returns the flow to the beginning of the loop. So these statements are not getting executed. Now the value of variable is now 5, so it will go and it will check whether the value of variable is equal to 5. So it is true, so it will go into break statement. So when it encounters the break statements, it break out of the loop. So you can see that this is not executed, and also the control is not returned to the beginning of the loop, so it just exits. Similarly, we have one more statement called pass. If you want empty loops, then it is very useful. For example, something like this part. Okay, so pass is something like do not do anything. So that's all for this video. In the next video I'll tell you more about the Python, so stay tuned. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any doubt then please let me know in the comment sections. Thank you for watching.